Hi everyone, this is Neha, Bhalla, Regulated Canadian Immigration Consultant, and our today's video is about ECA, that is Education Credential Assessment. So we will cover this topic of ECA in two parts. So this part 1 video now will talk about generally basic ECA, that is what is ECA, who requires an ECA, why do we require an ECA, and how and from where you can get your ECA done, and when after the ECA is done, what does your ECA report means, and how much points you can gain from the ECA, and an important question, that does your spouse also needs an ECA, and the processing time in getting the ECA done. Now, starting with what is ECA actually. So ECA stands for Education Credential Assessment. So ECA is used to verify that the education you have done in any country other than Canada, so that education degree that you have, that foreign degree, that diploma or certificate you have, is valid and equal to a Canadian degree or not. So you need to get an ECA done for immigration purpose. That's a mandatory requirement for the principal applicant. So one common question is that people ask is that, do my spouse also needs an ECA? So for your spouse, ECA is not mandatory. ECA is mandatory for the primary applicant. But it is recommended that you get an ECA done for your spouse also, because if an ECA is done, then only you can earn the CRS points for your spousal's education. So that is up to 10 points you can earn for your spouse education if you get the ECA done for your spouse also. The next question that arises is that who can do your assessment? Who can do this ECA for you? So there are only a few designated organizations which can do this assessment for you. So you cannot get it done from anywhere else apart from these organizations. So one is CES, another is International Credit Assessment Service of Canada. The third is WES, which is the World Education Services. And then another is IQAS. And the last one is International Credit Evaluation Service. But the most commonly used organization for getting your education qualifications, credentials assessed is WES, that is the World Education Services. So because of its faster processing time than the other organizations. The next question is about the report that you get from ECA. So the report which you get from ECA, it must show that your foreign credential, that is the education credentials you earned in a country other than Canada, that is valid and equal to a completed Canadian degree. So suppose you have done PhD from India. So ECA report must state that this PhD is equivalent to a PhD in Canada also. If you have done your post-graduation in India, so this ECA report should say that yes, this post-graduation is equal to a Canadian post-graduation. Then only you can earn points for that post-graduation or PhD. So if your report shows that your credential is not equal to that Canadian credential, then even in the case if the foreign education institution from where you did your graduation or post-graduation or PhD is not recognized, then you won't get points for that qualification. So if post-graduation you have done from India and the ECA report shows that it is equivalent to a graduation in Canada, then you will get points for graduation and not for post-graduation. So now I'll show you a grid where you can see how many points you get for your education credential. So there are two scenarios. If you're applying with the spouse, then the points are different, and you're applying without the spouse, then the points are different. So now you can see this grid. So talking about the processing time, the whole process of getting your credentials assessed takes not more than a month from WES. So this was all we discussed in part 1 of ECA. So now in the second part, I will be discussing about the complete process of ECA, and you can actually see that how you get your ECA done. We will visit the website of WES and see the process of how to apply for your credentials and how can you do it on your own. So if you want to see that video, if you don't want to miss the second part of ECA, do subscribe my channel, to like the video, and do share it with your friends and relatives. And also, if you want to retain our services for Express Entry file or any other services like visitor visa, post-graduation work permit, so then you can book a consultation with us on the below number, and then we can take forward from there. Thank you so much.